Hey, thanks, Lori. Great to be with you.
Great. Well, I know we have a lot of ground to cover, so we'll just start right off.
Sure.
I know Alaska has set a very ambitious goal of getting to net zero emissions by 2040. So tell us a little bit about how you plan to get there.
Yeah, it is a really ambitious goal. If you think of airlines, we burn gas to get from point A to point B. So to say we're going to be at 2040 and net zero at 2040, it really is an aggressive goal. And when we discussed this with our board, one of the things they wanted to make sure is that we had a real articulate plan in terms of how to get there. So our plan is really twofold. We have a short-term plan, we have a long-term plan. The long-term plan is 2040. It's a 5-point strategy. And the first one is about renewing our fleet, and we have a huge Boeing order for 120 Max that are replacing our older Airbus airplanes. And those, as each one comes in, there's a 25% improvement by seat mile in terms of emissions. So a new fleet is the first strategy. Operational efficiency is a big one for us, a culture of efficiency. So this is everything how you operate the airplane on the ground using ground support equipment, taxiing from the gate to the runway using single engine taxi. And one of the cool things that we just implemented using artificial intelligence and machine learning is by partnering with a Silicon Valley company called Flyways, is how you actually plan the route of an airplane from one city to another. Think of it as ways in the sky, and it's already helped us save track miles in the sky and reduce how much gas we burn, which reduces emissions. The third, which is a big one, is sustainable aviation fuels. This is probably the biggest enabler to get to 2040. There's a lot of work being done with the government on a SAF blenders tax benefit, and there's a lot being done with industry to increase the amount of sustainable aviation fuel. So this will be a huge one, something that we all have to work at because it'll have the largest impact. The one I'm excited about is innovative technology. Hybrid electric airplanes. This is something that's progressing at a rapid pace. It's starting with smaller airplanes, but you could see in 10, 15, 20 years that some regional airplanes could be powered by hybrid electric airplanes. So that's an exciting one to look at. And then the fifth piece of our strategy is carbon offsets. This is something we would use as a last resort, but there's some interesting technology on carbon offsets like carbon sequestration that we got to get smarter about. So that's the 5-point strategy. In the meantime, I talked about a short-term goal. In the next 5 years, we want to be the most fuel-efficient airline in the country. And we're getting all our employees involved. And one of the things we're doing is by, we have a bonus program that we give out every year based on goals that we set. And we have a carbon goal established for this year for all employees of Alaska Airlines. So 10% of our bonus is based on achieving carbon goals. So we're putting our money where our mouth is and making sure all 22,000 employees of Alaska Air Group are involved in being part of this strategy of being net zero by 2040.